Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our first ISRI conference in Palestine. My name is Ahmed Abu Khater. I am the Global Industry Manager for Community Development and Planning at ISRI. We are truly excited to be here and to share with you our innovative GIS technologies and industry solutions and applications as they apply to your specific discipline. I hope that you find the conference to be a useful experience for sharing ideas, learning from one another, and finding new ways to collaborate on important issues that matter to all of us. The theme of the conference is Charting the Course to a Better Future, a new vision for change. And I would like to take a few moments to talk about how we can use GIS as a platform to help us accomplish these goals. As policymakers, we aspire to achieve desired future conditions. But the world is rapidly changing around us, creating new realities and new challenges for planning and engineering professionals. So we have two competing factors. We have the natural world with its sensitive areas and limited and disputed resources, but we also have the human footprint and its expanding population, which caused many of these resources to be threatened and sometimes vanish altogether, creating serious environmental and human crises. The combination of the natural world and the human footprint resulted in many complex urban and environmental problems such as climate change and increasing desertification. Climate change caused drought conditions in some parts of the world, but it also caused flooding and even tsunamis in other regions. So we are being challenged today on a whole new biblical scale, both locally and globally. And these challenges expand across multiple regions and scales. And these problems are all too familiar. We have exponential population growth, social and environmental conflicts, resource limitation, air pollution, climate change, and the list goes on and on. So we live in a changing world. And the punchline of this message is that we need a future that doesn't just simply happen to us, but a future that we shape and define today. So we need to think globally, but act locally. So we need greater knowledge and awareness. Knowledge of our environment and our relationship with it, and awareness of how to protect its valuable resources through conservation of nature. We also need efficiency and sustainability by relying on alternative fuel and policies that promote energy efficiency. We also need comprehensive planning that takes into account all key aspects that impact our existence. To do that, we need collaborative action by involving all parties and fostering a shared vision and being able to translate this vision into concrete action. GIS can help us in the abstraction of our reality in order to better understand our world. And this means applying what we know to what we don't know to get to what we need to know. And what does that mean? This means applying what we know of GIS science and technology to what we don't know, exploring the Earth, to get to what we really need to know, achieving our desired future conditions and getting to a better future. Those are serious questions, and those are also spatial questions in nature that require spatial thinking and spatial tools. By creating and applying GIS tools and knowledge, we can integrate geographic intelligence into how we think and behave. So GIS can govern our relationship with our environment, and it can help us understand intricate relationships that otherwise we would never be able to understand with conventional science. Ideally, we try to strike the right balance between equity, the economy, and the environment. However, in reality, this is easier said than done because one of these aspects usually dominates, creating development, resource, or property conflicts. And this created a problem best known to us as reactive planning. So what we need today is more proactive planning, new tools, and new approaches to be able to redefine our communities and re-envision our future. Because of its powerful tools, GIS is being implemented around the world and in many applications such as environmental change monitoring, natural resource management, renewable energy, land information management, urban planning and community development, public safety, health and social issues. And next we will briefly highlight some of these applications. These maps show how GIS is used to monitor environmental change, such as sea temperature and changes in vegetation and water quality, so we can develop performance measures and best practices to better manage them. Others are using GIS to manage natural resources, such as groundwater, wetlands, forest carbon management, and carbon accounting. Some of you are also using GIS to search for renewable sources of energy such as solar, wind, and hydropower potential to make the Earth a cleaner and safer place to live in. And others are managing land and parcel information and cadastral mapping to be able to make better decisions about the potential for new development. Urban planning is another area where you are applying GIS to help us plan better communities through participatory planning and collaborative decision making. Others are also looking at spatial patterns of public safety, health, and social issues such as childhood obesity, food deserts, race and health care, public housing and social risk, and the spread of diseases like H1N1 across the globe. GIS is also being used for managing utilities and public infrastructure, including electrical network, sewer lines, and gas pipelines, looking at their conditions and analyzing their location, using geography as a critical element. Defense and national security, another area of great impact to make the world a safer place by connecting the dots and linking intelligence information to the people in the field. Some of you are also applying GIS to plan for and respond to natural disasters. This includes wildfires, hurricanes, flooding, tsunamis, and earthquakes. So GIS can save lives and resources. GIS is also used in economic development, in site selection and suitability analysis, finding the right sites to locate new businesses and grow existing ones. As we have seen, ArcGIS is a complete system that incorporates local, enterprise, and cloud computing capabilities. Whether it is the desktop, the mobile, or the web, the end result is powerful mapping, analysis, collaboration, and management tools. So in a nutshell, GIS is being used everywhere to help us confront new problems and resolve real problems. Data creation and dissemination is now easier than ever, and the analytical tools and the modeling tools of GIS are more pervasive and stronger than ever before. And after the break, we will take a look at some of these technology demonstrations to show you GIS in action. We will also take a look at a few industry-specific presentations, including GIS for health, GIS for education, infrastructure, land administration, government, community development, and planning. And those are essential elements for the creation and establishment of a viable and successful nation. I hope that this will give you a glimpse of what you can do with GIS and apply to your industry to be a spatial thinker and to make more informed decisions. And with this, I would like to thank you for your kind attention and hope you enjoy the rest of the conference.